down for real. And you know we keep it real. Getting that money. It's H-Town for real.
What's going on, sports fans? Another edition of RaWordz podcast presented by LjfromHouston. And of course, I got my player partner, my betting partner, my sports talk partner, Marley Betts on the stream. What's the deal, Marley?
What's going down, H-Town? What's up with it, LJ? I am here.
Hey,
appreciate that intro, man. It was a nice intro, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, man, you know I got to show love to my boy. But yeah, man, you just want to jump on, talk a little NBA second half of the season. You know, they're taking a little break right now. Really starts up tomorrow, but I think we only got like 2 games. So Thursday,
yeah, it's only really 2 short games.
Yeah, Thursday is really the big slate.
Right, right.
We're gonna just discuss some topics, you know, teams that we're looking at, you know, may improve, you know, looking at the teams that may make some moves to get better, you know, just little things like that. So,
all right.
First of all, what's been up with you? What's been going on, man? Let me know.
Hey, man, right now I'm watching BYU blow my money. Hopefully they. Yeah, it's still early, but shit, they was up 11 at the start of the second half. Now they're down 2. So.
Yeah. Well, you know,
I got 7.5. So.
You got them +7.
+7.5.
Yeah, you might pull it up. Maybe close. I don't think Gonzaga gonna blow them out like that. You know,
I would love for them to just hold on and win, though. That would be great. I don't even want to struggle if they can. I don't feel like, you know, being on the edge of my seat all fucking night. Yeah. I just want to, you know, relax and take an easy win, man. So, you know, I kind of been chilling because the last 2 days it hasn't been a lot of action. A lot of small schools, real small schools, because I actually watched the small schools, but some real small schools last 2 days. So just small bits here and there, nothing really major. Just wait until tomorrow. Big 12 starts, SEC starts, I think. Big East tournament starts. So like you said, we got 2 small NBA games. So you know, just really chilling until tomorrow. Got a good show tomorrow. Might do an NBA show. I mean, it's 2 games. I don't know if that's worth the show, but maybe, you know, we'll see.
Yeah, you probably just do that by yourself.
Yeah, or maybe we can do hockey and
okay,
NBA together. Maybe we can find like 2 or 3 hockey games.
Okay, yeah, let's do that because you know I get on hockey too. So yeah, we definitely can do that since we have a little bit more time.
Right.
Yeah, let's jump into this NBA, man. I was like I said, I do the power rankings every week, and you know I wrote some little nuggets down, you know, little stats and whatnot. So,
all right,
I'm gonna go by conference. I'm not gonna do the whole league because I want to break it really down on each team to get your opinions, you know, things like that. So,
okay,
let's start off with the East. Philadelphia 76ers are 24-12. They are top 10 in 5 offensive categories. They got 2 at the bottom 10. They allow 27 turnovers and only averaging 23 assists. But the number one stat that sticks out to me is first in blocks. So that lets me know that Doc Rivers has brought kind of a defensive mentality to that team, you know, Embiid in the paint. You got Tobias, you know, of course, Ben Simmons is an all-NBA player defensive-wise as well. I'm not sure on
some say he should have won Defensive Player of the League last year.
Yeah, so he did make 3rd team last year. So give me your thoughts on Philadelphia, man. What are you looking for the second half of the season?
Before, let's say January, I probably would have told you I think Philadelphia is the best team in the East. Now I think Brooklyn's just ran away with it.
Okay.
But I still think just to stay on Philly, not to pivot to Brooklyn, I still think Philly is a title Eastern Conference championship contender. I expect them to be there against Brooklyn,
Uh-huh.
but that's going to be dependent on Embiid. Um,
Yeah.
they're going to go as far as Embiid is going to take them. The first half of the year, he played like an MVP candidate. Philly was looking like a championship contender team. He kind of got hurt at the end a little bit, missed some games, so they kind of tailed off from that conversation. And Brooklyn kind of picked up steam, so they was kind of leading all the headlines. But I think Philly's good. I think we still got to remember that this is Doc's first year. They're in a new system. They got new teammates. It's a lot of new going on in Philly. So for them to kind of even look how they're looking right now, for us to even spot improvements the way we can spot them now on that team, I think is a good thing. I still think they're a shooter away from like being a real contender.
Okay.
They need another offensive player. They need another 20-point guy that can just go consistently get you 20 from the perimeter night in and night out. Ben Simmons can do it like occasionally, but for the most part, Ben Simmons is a point guard that plays defense. He's not going to consistently give you 24 and, whatever, but he will give you 10, 11, and 12. You know what I'm saying? 13, 9, and 7.
Yeah.
So they need another consistent score, maybe off the bench, somebody like a 6 man. Um, I think that's the last thing they're missing because I don't think they have enough firepower to keep up with the Brooklyns, the LAs, the top tier championship contending teams, even to an extent the Bucks. But I just think Embiid's too big for Giannis, and he cuts off that paint. So I like Philly. I like them as the second best team in the East as of right now. I think they're barely probably holding on to that second spot, but
Okay.
I do like them as the second best team in the East right now.
Do you so you're saying they need to make a move to get another playmaker, shooter?
Yeah, unless you're gonna tell me Shake Milton or who else comes off the bench for them, I think they need another. I would say 20, but at least 17, 15 to 20 point score.
Yeah.
Other than because you really count on Embiid to damn near give you 30 a night.
That's
You
what he
know what
do.
I'm saying? And unless you're gonna tell me Ben Simmons is gonna give you 20 a night.
I mean, he's averaging 16. Like 4 more
Right.
points a night could help.
I think it helps a lot, but like I think 16 is high for him. He doesn't do that's because he has a couple 30-point games sprinkled in there.
Yeah. And like you said, Shake Milton's averaging 13. Seth Curry's averaging 12.
See,
So
so if you can get Ben to give you 20, Seth to give you 15 to 17, and Shake to give you 15 to 17, then we might be talking something different. But those, because you got to think about it, that's a whole like 10 points per game more that we're
yeah,
talking about right there.
yeah,
So
true that. You're right. I heard some rumors that PJ Tucker might end up over there to help with the rebounding and defensive presence over there as well.
I don't so I like that as a option as far as okay, if you double MB, then you can kick it out to a wide open shooter. PJ can knock down a corner three, right? And he's
Yeah,
going to give you deep point defense, but I don't think he's going to give you that extra 10 points that they're missing consistently. He'll play consistent defense. He'll hit big shots. Like he's cool at a big shot moment, but he's not a consistent scorer. All he is a corner three shooter, and he plays tough as he plays damn good defense. He's tough. And he plays his role well. But I think like if they would have got like I know you're not a big fan of it, but like a Blake Griffin,
well, he's already signed with Brooklyn.
right? And I called that.
Yeah,
I
you
called
did.
that to the Nets,
Yeah, you did.
and I called that, and I said he'd be perfect for them because he's like the fourth or fifth option.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have to be the 2 or 3 option. And I
Yeah,
don't even think he was playing in Detroit, to be honest with you. Like he hasn't dunked the ball in 2 years. Do you think that's because he can't dunk, or is? I don't think that's because he can't dunk. I mean, I don't think he's not jumping over cars anymore.
yeah.
But you can't tell me he can't dunk on anybody anymore.
Yeah, I just
Like,
don't think he tried to.
he's not caring. Yeah, I just think he didn't give a shit in Detroit. Like I
Yeah.
heard, I don't know if it was Stephen A. or somebody on one of the sports shows. They're like, man, it sucks to know that you're driving to the arena every day knowing you gonna lose.
Yeah. And that's why if you're a player that can get out of your situations, get a better one, I'm not mad at you for doing that. It's just how you do it.
Right. I don't be mad at no players, bro, for that shit.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to a dude on Facebook who was like, they tried to compare that situation to Tom Brady. He was like, Tom Brady's only getting paid $25 million this year, and that's getting 40, and Tom Brady's going to restructure his deal so he can, so they can sign more players. Da 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 da. And I'm like, shit, fuck Tom Brady, bro. Get your money, bro.
For real.
If you feel like you want your money, bro, get your money. Get generational wealth and change your family's generations, your grandchildren's children. Fuck that shit. Don't try to please no. I don't as a fan, bro. I'm not that fan that be like, oh man, the players need to do what's best for the team. And no, bro, that's some selfish shit, bro. Take care of your family for the rest of your life, bro. For the rest of what you mean? Your kids ain't got to do nothing no more. They straight. You done took care of bloodlines, bro. That's way more important than a Super Bowl trophy.
Yeah. And I don't fall into the narrative of he's not worth that. You know, it ain't about what you worth. It's what you willing to negotiate and what somebody's going to pay you.
Yeah, it's what somebody gonna pay you. That's what it is. You're worth what somebody willing to pay you.
Exactly. So
what you mean? This Galaxy 20 I got ain't worth no damn $1,000, but that whole is, you know what I'm saying? That's the one I got.
Right?
Paid for it.
Yeah.
It's definitely not worth it, but that's the market value.
Yeah, you're not gonna go into AT&T and be like, that ain't worth that. I want to pay.
That's not worth that.
Yeah, they're gonna tell you.
They're gonna show you the other phones that is within your price range.
Your money has value.
That's what they're gonna do. Now you can come over here to these HG phones.
Yeah. I don't fall for that either. Hey, I admire the players for taking advantage of their situations and making it better for themselves, dog.
Oh my God, Gonzaga just took the fuck off.
Ooh, I'm looking at it now. 82-73. Yes, sir. It looks like you're gonna lose that one. But hey, it's part of gambling.
Yes, it is.
Moving on. Team you just talked about, the Brooklyn Nets, 24-13. They are half game behind Philly. Brooklyn is top 10 in 6 offensive categories, including first in points, averaging 121, first in field goal percentage, second in three-point percentage, second in assists. They're bottom 10 in 3 categories. They're allowing 116 points a game, which is 27. They only average 28 steals and 24 offensive rebounds. So that tells me that they rely heavily on offensive production, and the defense is kind of slacking, but it may improve the fact that they got Blake Griffin, because Blake Griffin is now the 4th option. So he's not going to be asked to do as much as he had to in the Clippers.
All right. I think he's coming off the bench, if I'm not mistaken.
He should. He should come off the bench because he's going to have to relieve DeAndre Jordan because they can't play at the same time, you see, because you're going to deplete your bench because you got Jeff Green and then you got that other player. I forgot that other dude that scores for them. Now, hold on. Let me look him up while I'm talking. But
they cut it to 6. Come on. Just leave it at 6. God damn it.
But, yeah, I just think Brooklyn, like, don't get me wrong. The firepower is crazy because once KD come back with his 29 points a game, they still averaging 121 without him. That's going to go to 140.
At least 130.
Yeah, on a good night, 140, like I said. So you got 3 players averaging over 20.
I damn near wouldn't bring KD back till right before the playoffs. Literally.
I mean, you have 3 players averaging over 25 points a game. James Harden's averaging 25, Kyrie's averaging 27, KD averaging 29. Joe Harris averaging 14. What's the Bruce Brown? That's the guy I was talking about. Bruce Brown comes off their bench. So you got Bruce Brown, Jeff Green. Now you got Blake Griffin. So Blake Griffin is going to add another presence, and I think he's going to focus on more rebounding and trying to hold down the paint because he's turned into a 3-point shooter.
Right.
his team pretty much very well because that's what they do is shoot threes. I think he's averaging like 6 a game, coming from a player that averaged about 6 or 7 dunks a game. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
his game has completely changed. And like you say, I don't know if it's just he didn't want to play in Detroit. He knew he was not eventually going to be gone. He really didn't want to go there, to be honest. You know,
Right.
he's still mad at Steve Ballmer to this day for trading
Right.
him because he promised he was going to be a Clipper for life. But hey, that's how business goes. And like that's why I applaud the players because the owners can smile in your face, tell you one thing, and turn around and
cut your ass the next day.
Or trade you.
Or trade you.
But hey, they pay the paychecks. That's their business. They have that right. But don't get mad if I'm savvy with my agent and he'll get me out of this situation because I don't feel, you know, you trying to win because a lot of these owners just want to sell tickets and, you know, get their merchandise up, you know, sell their product instead of actually being a competitive team. But going back to Brooklyn, man, like I said, I got to see the team together. But as of right now, like you said, Philly's hanging on by a thread on that number 1 in the East, and Brooklyn is right on their tail. So,
man, look, Brooklyn is the best team in the East. Right now, until AD comes back, the best team in the NBA. I personally think they will win the title this year. This year, not next year, this year.
wow. Okay.
I just think it's too much firepower. Until I see the Lakers with full strength. And that's just because, you know, they got AD and Bron, and like AD is a different animal, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like AD, this nigga is 7 foot, big man that can handle the ball, shoot threes, take you inside, take you outside, shoot free throws. Like, and nigga, he's a unicorn, bro. You know what I'm saying? He a true unicorn. And to me, that's the difference maker right there. But even yet and still, man, I don't know, bro. Like, Brooklyn is that good to me. You know what I'm saying? And to think, like, the big three ain't really played together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They, like you said, KD been out for forever. I just don't I don't see how they can I don't see it.
They will probably have to shoot themselves out of the game.
You're right. All right. You got to count on them to have a bad offensive night.
Yeah.
But what's the odds of the 3 of them having a bad I mean, KD rarely has bad offensive nights. Like, he gives you 30 on 17 shots. You know what I'm saying? He'll be 10 for 15, 33 points. Like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
How did you get 33 on 10 made baskets, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Kyrie and James damn near averaging a triple-double again.
He is.
You know what I'm saying? So, I just don't see nobody beating them, bro. To be honest. Let me ask you this, though, based off Brooklyn. And this probably goes for James, because I think I know the answer about KD. So, I'm going to ask you particularly about James and Kyrie. If they win the title this year, are those 2 players Hall of Famers?
To be honest, I think they already are.
James and Kyrie?
Yeah.
James without the ring is already Hall of Famer, you think?
Yeah, because of what he's done in the record books. Because Tracy McGrady didn't win no ring, and he was first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of Hall of Famers that didn't win rings. That doesn't necessarily mean you don't get in because you didn't win a ring. And I think Tracy should have got in, you know what I'm saying, without a ring. Like, just like Charles, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. But yeah, I think Kyrie's on the fringe. I don't think he's a first ballot. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If he came up, he probably would.
Because I'm thinking, I mean, as much as I like Kyrie, when I think of Kyrie, I think of one big moment.
Yeah.
And that's obviously the 3 in the finals. And you give him credit for that ring. But I look at his career without LeBron being there, and I'm like, I don't know if I see Hall of Fame. Like, at least what I can say with Tracy and Chuck is, by themselves, they led their teams to the playoffs.
Who?
Tracy and Charles and other guys that didn't get
What
the ring. At least it.
what did Tracy do in the playoffs?
I mean, shit, he got them there.
A lot of people get there.
Kyrie didn't.
Well, he won a ring. He just had LeBron.
That's what I'm saying. When I look at his career without LeBron, I don't know if I see anything that says Hall of Fame.
Yeah. But
And I can look at Charles and Tracy and be like, okay, I can still see why they deserve to be worthy of Hall of Fame.
The only reason why Tracy McGrady is in the Hall of Fame because he's a 2-time scoring champion. Number one. Number two, when he was up, there was nobody else that could compete with him because he timed it to where he could retire. And after 4 years, nobody will be eligible that could compete. So I think it was a process of elimination for him.
What about Charles?
Charles went to the finals and won an MVP.
That's what I'm saying. So what that leads me back
to the finals. He's never won an MVP. The only accolades he's got is a 2-time scoring champion. What else did he prove?
So that's what I'm saying. You're proving my point to me. You're proving my point with Kyrie. That's what I'm saying. What has Kyrie done?
Kyrie has a ring, though. Even how he got it, still he has it.
That's what I said. So listen to what I said. I said when I look at Kyrie's career, I'm not saying his complete career, he's not worthy of Hall of Fame. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is this. Without LeBron, when I look at his career without LeBron, before Cleveland, before LeBron came, and since Cleveland, I don't see a scoring champion. I don't see an MVP. I don't see any accolades. I just see a very talented player.
Mm-hmm.
But
I see the same way for Tracy McGrady because he went to the playoffs with Yao Ming, another dominant player.
But at least I still can say MVP. I can say scoring champion. I can say huge impact. I can say I'm not saying like Tracy should be or should not be Hall of Fame. But what I am saying is when I take away LeBron from Kyrie, I don't see he has no individual accolades. At least the other guys have some kind of individual accolades. Yeah. Something I can point to and say, well, at least he's a 2-time scoring champion. Might not be much, but I can point to it and say, I can point to it and say something. When you tell me Kyrie, after I say, well, yeah, he did that, but what did he do it before and after LeBron?
Yeah. Did he lead his team to the playoffs by himself?
No, because that Brooklyn team, he missed a lot of those games, and that still had Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart.
They made it with Isaiah Thomas. Kyrie wasn't playing, remember?
Right. Well, the next year, I don't think they had Isaiah, but even still, that's what I'm saying. That was still already a good team. I'll still give him credit if he did. I'm just saying, there's nothing for me to give him credit for, is what I'm saying. But I'm not taking away the fact that Kyrie's a damn talented and good player, but we talking about Hall of Fame worthiness. I think that ring is carrying him right now. That's why I say if he wins a ring, even though this will be a super team, but the man still contributed hugely to both rings or both teams. And I'm not saying he was the leader. I think this is KD's team ultimately, but 2 rings, big part of both of them. Obviously, can't nobody knock his talent. I think at that point he's a lock. But I think right now, he's on the border to me.
Okay. Hey, I think he is too. Like I said, he's not first ballot. It just depends on who else is ahead of him.
I kind of think that with James too, but I can understand, like you said, with 2 MVPs or just 1?
He got 1, but he
should have had 2 though.
Yeah, but he's a 3-time scoring champion.
Right. And he's been one of the most dominant offensive players for like the last, I don't know, 5 years maybe.
Okay, to answer this question, do you see Brooklyn making another move after Blake Griffin, or are they just going to stand pat?
I think if they can get a big man, they should. That way you can slide Blake to the 4 coming off the bench. And you can, if you want to go small ball, then you can their small ball lineup is going to be crazy because it's probably going to be Kyrie, James, KD, Jeff Green, Blake Griffin.
Okay.
So I think, or you can take out Jeff Green and put Joe Harris.
Yeah, definitely.
So their small ball game is gonna be crazy. But If they can get like another shot blocker and rebounder, I would if I was them.
Like
But I mean, I
what
think they're
about
good,
JaVale
bro.
McGee? Like, what if they could get their hands on JaVale McGee?
I would take that if I was them. Because that's like exactly what they need.
Yeah.
Just somebody that want to rebound. You know
That's
what I'm
it.
saying?
Do your
Block
role.
some shots. He gonna
Yeah.
play his role.
Your role.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, if they can get a JaVale McGee, yeah, I would. But I mean, I think even if they don't, if they stand pat, think they straight. Like I said, they don't even got to bring KD back. I wouldn't bring KD back for another month, bro.
Yeah. I mean, why should you? I
Why
mean,
should you?
yeah, I get
Let
you.
him get healthy. Let him rest up. I mean, we already seen he could take off a whole year and come back and average 29. So like,
For real, nothing to
he's
it.
straight. I think he's straight. Like, let that hamstring and Achilles, because I figure he probably pulled the hamstring for overcompensating for the Achilles because they was playing him so many minutes because they
Yeah.
didn't have a choice. So let that shit heal up some more and take a couple more ice baths. You know what I'm saying?
Already. All right. The last team in the East I feel is worthy of talking about because they have 20 wins. It's only 3 teams in the East that have 20 wins. Philly, Brooklyn, and this team we're about to talk about now, the Milwaukee Bucks. They are top 10 in 6 offensive categories. They're 4th in field goal percentage, 4th in 3 points, 2nd in rebounding, 2nd in points, averaging 118. And they're bottom 10 and 2, including 26th in free throw
Oh
percentage.
my God. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at this game and I think they let these boys come all the way back. I
Who,
know they did.
BYU?
Nah, Oral Roberts in North Dakota State. Because I seen this game at halftime. It was like 45-20. They're showing the highlights. There's a minute left. It's 72-68. It's like, how do you? That's why I hate college kids, dog. 72-70. The score was 45-20 at halftime.
And they came back and won?
I don't know if they won yet. I'm looking at it right now. 40
Yeah,
seconds left. They're down 2. Tie
Oral,
game. Huh?
Oral Roberts won.
Oral Roberts won. Oh, okay.
Ain't that a Christian school?
Oral Roberts. I have no idea, honestly.
I think that's the school in Oklahoma. Okay.
I have no idea. So they held on. That's crazy though. Fucking college kids, man.
But yeah, Milwaukee, 26th in free throw percentage. So try to get them to the line because that's their Achilles heel, shooting free throws. So
Yeah, I bet Giannis is a big part of that.
he may be. But like I said, second half of the season, what do you see Milwaukee got to do? Do you think they got to make a move? Does Giannis have to improve? Because if he can shoot his jump shots, it'll be hard to stop him because everything else he seems to be able to, take advantage of, especially with matchups every night. It just depends on the matchup with him. Because
to answer the first question, do I think they need to make a move? Honestly, I don't know. The second question, do Giannis need to improve? Yes. Yes. Dramatically.
Because he's leading the team in everything except steals. He leads them in points, rebounds, assists, and blocks. Drew Holiday is averaging 1.8 steals a game. That's the only one he's not. He's averaging 1.3, so he's right behind them.
Well, what he needs to improve is not necessarily what he needs to improve is his game as far as he has to have some type of go-to low post move or mid-range game. Something he can do to where, like, look, we all know the story. When playoff comes, we're going to wall off the lane and we're not going to let him drive straight down the lane and dunk on everybody. Like, so he needs to be able to, like, make a pull-up jump shot or some kind of, hook shot or over the, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he needs to work on. And free throws, because, like, that's what's going to push them to the next level. If not, then I don't care if they go get Drew Holiday or whoever they get to help him. It's not it's not going to change anything because the thing is when it's time for the playoffs to start, they're just going to wall off the paint.
Mm-hmm.
And until Giannis prove he can make free throws or develop some kind of answer to walling off the paint, then I don't see that changing. So I don't even think people is looking too much into. I mean, I know me personally, the way I feel about Milwaukee is show me when the playoffs start, bro. I don't care about nothing they do in the regular season because I've seen them do this for like 3 years now and same results in the playoffs. So until they show me that they can they can have an answer to that, then okay, go win the regular season. You've done it twice.
Yeah. And as far as Chris Middleton, is he that second guy for Giannis?
I don't know. I used to say no, but I mean, when you look at his numbers for a second guy, his numbers aren't bad.
Yeah.
And he has huh?
He's averaging 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists.
I mean, for your second guy, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty consistent.
25 and 5, 25, 5 and 5. And he's tall. He can shoot. He got mid-range and long range. I actually like him, but you would think he's like the perfect complement to Giannis because he can play outside.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it's the players around Giannis. I think he has good players around him. Like I like Chris Middleton. They got a good point guard in Drew. He been hurt for a lot of the first half of the season. Yeah. So we'll see what happens when he come back. But I mean, you got the guard, bro. You got the perimeter player. You got the low post star. Like it's on Giannis to me. It's on Giannis and the coach. Like they got to come up with some kind of fucking answer to when boys wall off the paint. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what more could they want? You know what I'm saying? Like you got the point guard. You know what I'm saying? You got a decent number 2.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't see them making a move. I think they're going to have to ride with the team they got.
And even their center, Lopez, is not a bad center. He's a center that can shoot, so he's not going to clog up the paint for Giannis. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't play bad defense. He's not like a rim protector, but he's not bad. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I just don't know. What more can you add? What do they need? Another shooter?
No, I don't think so. Like I said,
right. What do they need?
Like you said, Giannis needs to understand that he's going to have to make that jumper outside. Like they're gonna back up off of him, and like he's shooting threes now. Sometimes he hits the backboard. Sometimes he shoots an air ball. But
see, to me, like fuck that 3-pointer, bro. You need to step in and make this mid-range free throw line jump shot, bro.
Like you say, he needs to create a go-to move. That's they can't stop, that he could consistently be effective on. Basically, that's what he has to find out. That's why I didn't like Dwight Howard, because he never had a go-to move. It was always that running, sloppy-ass hook shot.
Sloppy-ass hook shot.
Dude.
That was terrible. And have the nerve to call for the ball.
Bro.
And be mad when you don't get the ball. Bro, you ain't got no moves.
None.
Can't the ball.
10 years and ain't created no go-to move.
She's pissing off.
Yeah.
Like, Giannis getting to the point to me, like, I don't understand how you can't make free throws, bro. Like, why you can't make free throws? You've been playing basketball since you was like 15.
Yeah. Well,
you can't make
MVP, 35 points, 16 to 16 from the field.
Yeah, but you can't make free throws, bro. You can't make free throws. Nobody's standing in front of you. The line been the same spot since you was 16, and you can't make free throws, bro.
And you can practice every day on them.
That's what I'm saying. So why you can't make them? There's no excuse for no NBA player. Like, unless your hands, like Shaq had the best excuse. The fucking ball was too small, and I gotta hold it. So, and he'll still at least Shaq would make them in like a lot of the times in moments that you needed him to make them hoes.
Yeah, that's what he said. I make it when it counts.
He make them when them hoes count. He not gonna shoot perfect. At least he gonna give you 1 or 2 when it count though. Like, I never understood the Dwight Howard shit. I don't understand the Giannis shit. Russell Westbrook, I don't understand that shit. Like, and he used to be like his first couple years, he was good, and then he just got bad.
Yeah.
Like, how does that happen? Like, they're free, and you've been doing this your whole life. That's what I'm saying. It's like something I've been doing my whole life. I expect to be good at it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing it my whole life.
Pretty much, brother. Pretty much. So rounding out the Eastern Conference, man, we got Boston, Miami, New York, Charlotte, and Toronto. Out of those 4 teams, well, that's 5. Boston, New York, Miami, Charlotte, Toronto. Yeah, that's 5. 5 out of those teams. Who do you think can make a realistic push in the playoffs to at least
Miami,
make some noise? Miami.
Miami,
Okay.
Miami. To me, Miami's only where they're at because of injuries.
Yeah.
I told you a couple videos ago. I think they beat Milwaukee. If they have a full team, a full strength, and the playoffs started today, both teams at full strength, I think Miami's the better team.
Okay.
I think they have Bam to counter Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Butler on Middleton.
Yeah.
And I think the combination of Hero, Dragic, and Robinson is going to give you more than Drew.
Yeah.
And they play better defense.
I agree.
And if the game is tight in the fourth quarter, do you want Giannis or do you want Jimmy Butler with the ball?
Jimmy.
I'll take my chances with Jimmy.
It's Jimmy. Yep. Jimmy Butler.
I like Miami.
They haven't even had Avery Bradley all season.
Right. And he's going to come back. I forgot about that. And so, as a matter of fact, you just put Avery Bradley on Drew.
Because he's going to pick you up full court.
He's going to pick you up. I like that lineup of Avery Bradley, Tyler Hero. No, you probably go Avery Bradley, either Duncan Robinson or Dragic, Tyler Hero, Butler, and Adebayo.
Yeah. Bam is just like Giannis. Bam is leading the team in points, rebounds, assists, and blocks.
Honestly, I think Bam is more skilled. I don't think he's a better player than Giannis, maybe not quite, but he's more skilled than Giannis overall. Like Giannis can run and dunk better than he can, but he shoots better than Giannis. I'll give Giannis maybe the edge in rebounding, but I think it's very similar. What Giannis rebounds, 2 more a game, 3 more a game, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bam give you damn near 8 assists, probably.
Miami has 8 players averaging double figures, bro. Jimmy's averaging 20, Bam's averaging 19, Tyler Hero's averaging 16, Dragic's averaging 15, Kendrick Nunn is averaging 15. Duncan Robinson averaging 13. Kelly Olynyk is averaging 10. Avery Bradley's only averaging 8, but he's only played 10 games. So that could go up to at least 10. 2 more points. He can get you that a game.
And boys forget Kendrick Nunn got hurt right before the playoffs started last year.
Yes. And they still went to the finals.
So I'm real high on
I am too.
Miami team, honestly.
I agree 100%. I think Charlotte can make a little noise just because of LaMelo. He's playing,
I think they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they'll slide in there.
Which is good. That's good for Charlotte.
Yeah.
It's a good season.
They play the play-in game, so you don't necessarily have to have the 8th seed to get into the playoffs because
I think they can hold on to that 8th seed. I mean, they're in 7th right now.
They don't have it. No, they're 7. My bad. Toronto's 8.
They're 7. Okay. But who's 9 and 10?
Chicago, Indiana, and Atlanta.
Oh, that's going to be a good race at the end. Because I like Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Atlanta, man. I'm not high on Atlanta. I had higher expectations for Atlanta. I know has been hurt, though. Was it Bogdanovich? Who they got over there?
Yeah.
Bogdanovich?
Hunter's been hurt.
And so maybe they're not quite full strength, and that's probably why they kind of playing the way they are right now. So that kind of remains to be seen. But I like Chicago. Who else you said? Chicago, New York, and Indiana. I thought that Indiana team, before the season started, I thought the Indiana team would have been like a 4th or 5th seed. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even a 6th seed. They're such a disappointment. And I can't even say they've really been injured because Brogdon's been playing. He hasn't missed that many games.
Mhm.
Uh, Sabonis hasn't missed that many games. So it's like, but I said this earlier, firing Alvin Gentry was a mistake. I mean, not Alvin Gentry, Nate McMillan, excuse me.
Yeah.
Nate McMillan, mistake. Shouldn't have been fired, and this is what happens.
Well, they're gonna have to they're gonna have to improve on their roster. I don't think Indiana's gonna make a push. I said Boston too, but do you think once Marcus Smart comes back,
Yeah, he's
Boston?
gonna make a big improvement.
Yeah,
He's the heart and soul of that team. What the hell did Myers Leonard say that was anti-Semitic?
I don't know. I just saw that too.
Because he's been like all over the news. Normally, when they say anti-Semitic, it's like Jewish shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I think if it was like black or Mexican shit, they say racist marks. When,
Well, we'll see what happens with Miami, because I'm right there with you. I'm gonna be looking at Miami because they made the finals last year and they improved. They didn't lose nobody. So
no, I wish they could have got Bradley Beal.
Or I heard rumors that Vucevic, they're trying to get Vucevic from Orlando. He has 2 years left on his deal.
Man, who would they give up for Vucevic?
Hey, maybe I don't know.
Do they need a big man though? I know they need a score.
Maybe like a player in a draft pick or something. I don't know. Because Vucevic will sign, he'll re-sign with Miami before he will re-sign with Orlando.
I'm trying to figure out like what would Orlando want back? Like, what do they need?
Orlando needs to leave. Like they need to what you call it when you get rid of teams? I forgot the name of it. but
you don't want them in the league anymore. Is that what you
a lot of these cities need to get rid of these teams, man. It's too many. That's just my opinion, man. But that's another story for another day. But we're gonna move on to this Western Conference, my brother. Let's start off with the number one team that has the number one seed in NBA. We're talking the Utah Jazz. They are top 10 in 6 different offensive categories. First in rebounding, third in three-point percentage. And my question to you is, if Utah keeps this number one seed, does Donovan Mitchell deserve an MVP consideration?
Consideration or deserve the MVP?
No, in the top. But should he be considered?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Who called Utah at the beginning of the season? I surely did.
Nobody.
I didn't have them in my top 3.
Yeah.
And for him to be the leader of that team and averaging what, like 26, 27? Something like that.
I'll get the numbers exactly for you right now. Donovan Mitchell's averaging 25 points a game.
25? Yeah.
4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal.
I think so. I think their coach should be coach of the year.
Oh, he's definitely in consideration. Also the next team that I'm going to talk about too. Those 2 right there are my top 2.
So I mean, I'm not saying he should be coach of the year, but he definitely should be in the top 3 coaches for consideration as the coach of the year. I mean, the Utah Jazz have done, and they're still getting disrespected.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they still getting disrespected all the way around.
They're only
talking shit to Donovan Mitchell. LeBron picked them niggas last. Then not only did he pick them niggas last, he was like, don't nobody play with Utah.
Yeah.
Which is true. I've never played with them in any video game, any basketball game I've ever played. I've never played with the Jazz. Not a false statement. But yeah, man.
Teams that's top 10 in offense and defense.
I think Jordan Clarkson should be definitely in the conversation for 6th man of the year.
18 points a game.
I mean, like the Jazz should be rewarded all around, especially how they being disrespected. Like the disrespect is insane. Um, right now for the Jazz. If anybody has ever had a case for being disrespected, it's definitely this Utah Jazz team. And I think they're actually a complete team. I don't know if they win a title, because I don't know if they can beat the Lakers. I think they can beat the Clippers in a 7-game series.
Well,
because I think the Clippers are weak inside. They don't have a legit big man. And I think Rudy Gobert has proven to me this year that he's always been a good defensive player, but he's averaging damn near 20 points this year, I think.
Who?
Rudy Gobert. What is he averaging scoring-wise this year? He has to be close to 20.
No, he's not even close.
Not even close? Because he's had like a couple 20 and 20 games.
He's averaging 14 points.
Oh, wow. Thought it was more than that. What is he averaging for?
Mike Conley and Jordan Clarkson's averaging more points than him.
Well, I know Jordan Clarkson was averaging.
Bogdanovich is averaging more points than him.
Man, what is he averaging board-wise, though?
Oh, he's a monster on the board. He averaging 13.
13. How many blocks?
3.
2 or 3? 3?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean,
look for Rudy Gobert to score. Like I said, he definitely don't have a go-to move. You got to rely on lobs and offensive rebounds for him to score. We ain't running no plays for no Rudy Gobert. Sorry.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
But it's safe to say that Utah's gonna stay pat. I don't see them making a move. I don't see them picking up nobody unless they pick up somebody in a buyout. You know, like a Larry Nance Jr., somebody like that, just to plug in. As far as somebody a need to fit that team, I think they pretty well stacked to where they.
No, they got ain't Favors still coming off the bench?
Favors, yeah, they have Favors.
So Rudy Gobert? Oh, they good. They staying pat.
Yeah, I agree. No moves for them. Second team in the Western Conference, we have the Phoenix Suns, 24-11. They are top 10 in 6 offensive categories, including second in free throw percentage, fourth in assists and turnovers committed. But they're bottom 10 in rebounds, blocks, and steals. But the presence of Chris Paul has really changed the dynamic of that team. You know what I'm saying? He's allowed the development of players like Markelle Bridges on the wing. You know, Cam Johnson brings energy. He's a shot maker. And, you know, Devin Booker can just focus on scoring. He really don't have to dominate the ball like he had to in the last years with Phoenix. Because, like I said, Chris Paul, he keeps players accountable. And when the fourth quarter comes, Chris Paul puts them on his back. You know, he'll come up with some clutch shots that's just like,
so let me ask you this then. Let me ask you a question. Does Chris Paul deserve MVP consideration?
He does. Yes, he does. After looking at all the numbers and seeing where the Suns are now, yeah, he definitely is considered an MVP candidate, in my opinion. Yes, I would. Definitely. Because I don't think Phoenix has won more than 30 games in the last 4 years. You see what I'm saying? And they have 24 wins already. So, and Monty Williams is my second Coach of the Year candidate.
I agree. Monty Williams should definitely be in consideration. Him and who's in Utah? Budenhauser?
No, Snyder.
Snyder. Yeah. I don't know where I get Budenhauser. Yeah. Snyder. Right. Dan Snyder, right? Not Dan Snyder.
No,
Dan Snyder.
Quinn Snyder.
Quinn Snyder, right.
Yeah, I think it's Quinn Snyder.
But yeah, Monty, man, hell of a fucking job by Monty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely
should be in consideration for Coach of the Year. Again, nobody. I'm one of those people. Never considered Phoenix to be in the top 3 with my picks when the season started. I definitely thought that they would probably be fighting for a lower playoff seed because they went undefeated in the bubble. I noticed that how they came on at the end of the year, so I knew they were a good team. But top 5 in the West, let alone top 3 in the West, never crossed my mind. Got to give Chris Paul all the credit in the world. I don't care what his numbers are. Definitely should be in the conversation. I don't know if you give it to him, but if you do, I wouldn't argue one bit because he is definitely. I mean, you have to look at him and be like,
Let's
he's.
put it like this. Let's put it like this. If the Suns end up overtaking Utah and get the number 1 seed, Chris Paul is going to be the MVP.
Okay. I mean, I think if they finish in the top 3, like I said, I don't know if you necessarily give it to him, but I think if he's not in consideration, it's definitely a snub. He definitely should be.
Yeah.
He definitely should be in consideration. I mean, even if you go back to last year and just look at OKC, look at OKC this year and look at them last year, or at least in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Even with Houston, you know what I'm saying? Just look at everywhere he's gone, he's elevated that team. So definitely think he should be in consideration. I don't know if the Phoenix have a legit chance to get to the conference finals, but
Right. Because look, that's another team that could possibly make a move.
Yeah, I don't know what they're lacking. They're just young.
I think they're lacking another big man that can get easy points to take some pressure off of DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
Like they need another player like that. They have Kaminsky that could come in and get you like 14. They have Saric. But another player that could bang in the paint, get your offensive rebounds ever so often, you know, just to be a little, you know, hog in the paint. And if they could get their hands on somebody like a JaVale McGee, Larry Nance Jr., somebody like that could get rebounds for them and get extra possessions, Phoenix can make some noise, man. I'm actually rooting for Phoenix because I'm a Chris Paul fan. You know, I like Devin Booker and I like Monty Williams because I knew that once Monty Williams got there, he was going to bring another.
Right. I mean, I think LeBron wanted Monty Williams at one point, if I can remember correct. I might be wrong about that, though. I know somebody was calling for Monty Williams to get a job. It was a player. I think it was LeBron. I'm not sure. But, yeah, Monty's been hot for a couple of years. He just never got that shot. So,
yeah,
definitely, yeah.
Speaking of LeBron, the Lakers are next, 24-13. They kind of digress, man, since the beginning of the season. They've at the bottom at 3-point percentage, free throws. That's another team that can't hit free throws, too. LeBron probably would be knocking on the all-time scoring if he could have been able to hit free throws in his career, man.
Damn, he can't do everything, man. Got to have some kind of faults.
Hey, I understand that, but that's for somebody that averages 27, 8, and 8. I mean, free throws shouldn't be your Achilles heel.
Yeah, I agree. Same thing I feel about Giannis. That nigga shouldn't be missing no free throws. Been playing basketball since he was 10.
Yeah. But for his defense, opponents' points per game, they're only giving up 106, and they're second in blocks. So when all's said and done, the difference between Brooklyn and the Lakers, to me, the Lakers will clamp down on defense. You see what I'm saying? LeBron's going to make a stop. And once you get AD back, he's your anchor. So that 1-2 punch on defense, I think, is way more effective than what they could do on offense because defense wins championships. So you can score all you want, but you're going to have to make a stop. And I think LeBron's mentality with the team that when it's time to put the chips up, they're gonna play lockdown defense. And I think that's the difference with Brooklyn. I don't think Kevin Durant can rally them just to be like, okay, we're going to play lockdown defense now. You see what I'm saying? If y'all ain't doing it now, I don't see y'all just throwing that in there when it's time for the playoffs to come.
Right. My thing with the Lakers is obviously, you know, when they were at full strength, they looked like the best team in the NBA. So, what I will say though, once Schroeder came back when AD was hurt, they went back on a run again. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I saw this on ESPN. They're 7-1 when AD doesn't play, but LeBron and Schroeder do. So, and I peeped that in the once Schroeder came back. I faded the Lakers a couple times when AD went out and Schroeder had to be quarantined, and then when he came back, I took the Lakers again. So for me, the Lakers is, you know, we'll see when AD come back. It's kind of hard to judge them right now as far as the best team. But it's still their conference to lose. because I mean, obviously, AD will be back. It's not like he's gone for the season. So, and I take the same thing I said about KD and the Nets. I'll take that same approach with the Lakers. Like, ain't no need to rush AD. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there is no home court advantage. Everybody gonna be in the bubble once the playoffs start. So, seeding for the Lakers don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it matters for any team, but even if they have to go on the road, the Lakers are a veteran team. LeBron only care about titles. He don't give a fuck about that seed shit. Let's be healthy when the playoffs start and let's go win. So, I still think they're the best team when healthy in the West. It will be interesting to see that Utah Jazz team match up just because I know AD is still going to dominate Rudy Gobert, but Rudy Gobert can play defense. So I think it'll still be a good series. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it'll be I think it'll be interesting. I think both of those beat the Clippers. I think the Suns will be interesting matching up against either one of them because they're so young. It's like how we don't know how they gonna come out yet. But you got Chris Paul, so you know he's gonna nullify a little bit of that youth. So that's what they may need. They may need another veteran presence. I was trying to figure out what the Suns may need going into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe another big man that's a vet though. You know what I'm saying? Like a leader. I don't know. But anyway, Lakers. So yeah, I still think they're the best team until they get beat in the playoffs, as much as I do like the Jazz.
Okay.
Just waiting on AD to come back. I wouldn't rush it, man. Let the what he had his Achilles.
Achilles.
Yeah, so yeah, man, especially dealing with Achilles, man. Don't worry about it. We'll see when the playoffs get healthy. Bron and Schroeder got it. I'm saying I don't see them dropping too far out of with that team either way it goes.
And the Lakers is another team that could possibly make a move because they can use another big man. You know, I don't think Marcus Gasol is really panning out for him. He's kind of
not like they want it. Yeah, not.
Somebody like, you know, Andre Drummond. I've heard their rumors. I've heard Hassan Whiteside from the Kings could possibly go over there.
All right.
But
I can see that.
The fact that there's been some rumblings coming out of Cleveland that Dan Gilbert does not want to buy out Andre Drummond because he doesn't want him to go sign with the Lakers and LeBron because they say Dan Gilbert still has this
still
little
sour.
Yeah,
And that sounds like some rich, spoiled, petty ass shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And why you hurting Drummond because you got a personal vendetta against a man that made you fucking millions
and came back to your city and won you a championship
and made you more millions. You mad at somebody that made you millions, made you more money in the time that he was there than the franchise has ever had. And then after you wrote him that bullshit ass letter, he still came back and delivered you the title that you said that you would win before he ever would win one. He went and won two somewhere else, then came back and won you the one that you said you was gonna win and that you hoped that he would never win.
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
Like for real.
But you mad though.
Yeah,
that's
you
crazy.
mad. You still mad at that, but yeah, that's what they're saying. That he wants to trade Andre Drummond to another team and then let that team either buy him out or whatever. But he's not gonna help Andre Drummond go be successful somewhere else, especially with LeBron.
Like, what kind of shit is that, dog?
But
see, that's why Cleveland, and that's why, like, as a player though, why would you want to sign with an owner that does shit like that?
For real. Straight up, man. Straight up. And
crazy.
I could just see the pettiness because rumors is that he stopped that Chris Paul trade to the Lakers. Him and somebody else petitioned David Stern to stop that trade.
Yeah, I remember when that happened. They hold my boy Kobe. Kobe should have another ring.
For sure, man. So it's unfortunate that
you can't tell me him and Chris Paul wasn't going. There's no way you can't tell me Chris Paul and Kobe wouldn't go get no rings together. That's two dogs.
Yeah, for real. I agree. And I also heard, it would have been a three-piece. It would have been CP3, Kobe, and Kevin Garnett because Kevin Garnett said he was calling Kobe to come run with him too. It was around that time before he went to Boston. So they would have had a big 3 early, right after you see what I'm saying, Miami or whatever. But finishing out the Western Conference, man, we got the Clippers, Portland, and Denver. Those are the rest of the teams that have at least 20 wins. So out of those 3 teams, I'm looking at Portland, man. If they can get healthy, I look at them kind of like Miami. You see what I'm saying? Nurkic come back.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? A couple of the key players come back. McCullough comes back. That's 20 points you're missing right there. So I'm looking at Portland to make a nice push if they can get healthy, man. I'm not a believer in the Clippers. I just, like you say, I don't think the depth is there. I don't think they're deep enough in the paint. You see what I'm saying? And how long is Kawhi and Paul George just going to just settle, for, the way that they play? I don't see many team camaraderie with that team. I think everybody out for themselves, and it's eventually going to fall. But who's to say they might make a move? Because that's one of the teams that need to make a move if they want to improve. But far as Denver and Portland, I think they could stand pat and just ride out, the rest of the season with the way their team is. And Portland definitely is a team that I'm going to be keeping my eye on. So what about you? Out of those teams, who do you think that could make a nice push if they add somebody or get help?
Who was Portland, Denver? Who's the third team?
I have Clippers, Portland, and Denver.
Oh yeah, Clippers, Portland, and Denver. Yeah, I like Portland. I agree with you, Portland. I'm not, as we've been talking about earlier, I'm not a big Clipper fan. I don't like their size. I do like the addition of Ibaka, but it's just something about them late in games that I don't trust. And I definitely don't trust Paul George in the playoffs. No. And Kawhi's, I don't want to say he's not dependable, but he's just, he's not that leader guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not there. He's already not rah. And then you need somebody, if they're not rah, to have to lead by example. But it's hard to lead by example when you're not playing every game and shit like you used to. When you're taking all the superstar privileges.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just don't think they got enough. I don't know. On paper, it looks like they do as far as on the perimeter, but it just seemed like it's something missing in LA. And it might be the team, like you said, they're not really a team. And it could be just a bunch of pieces. And maybe that's the problem.
Point guard. They need a point guard that can initiate the offense. Patrick
Right. There we go.
He's more of a defensive player. He doesn't have the offensive mindset. So
right. I agree.
That's the one thing they're missing, a general, a floor leader.
A true point guard.
Yeah.
Right. So they need to make a move.
Yeah, until they get that. And I don't see a point guard out there that they could get. Everybody's, pretty much on the team.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah. So I think they just, like I said, they just gonna have to ride out and do what they do. Okay. That boy Chris jumped in the building. Let me get Chris up in here right quick.
All right.
Chris.
My brothers, man. My fault, man. I got a lot of kids in the house, man.
It's all good, man.
We already know how you do. Family comes first, my brother.
That's it.
How you been doing? What's going on?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Daughter had a little gymnastics thing, so get her home, get her settled, get ready for the mall. So, takes a little time, but I'm ready to roll, man. How y'all doing?
Hey,
good, brother. Good.
Let's talk about NBA. Talk about the second half of the season, looking to see what teams that can make moves, what teams was going to improve because of the injuries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we were actually talking about your team right now. We was on the Lakers and the Clippers.
Okay.
Talking about the Lakers, I think they like we was talking to you last week. I think they should try to go get Andre Drummond, try to get Hassan Whiteside, somebody in the paint that could, get some boards and lock down the paint, take some pressure off of Montrez, and Marcus Gasol, because AD, we don't know when AD's coming back. So
and if he's gonna be healthy.
Yeah, so I'll let you chime in since you jumped in. Give me your thoughts on your team. What y'all looking at second half of the season?
Well, it's all contingent upon what happens with AD, man. He's got it. The thing is, I don't think he's gonna be 100%, man. But if he can get close to 90, I think we'll be okay. Because we gonna need him, man. But we need a big body. So I mean, I like Drummond. I was never a big fan of Blake, so I'm glad we didn't go get him. Talking about Blake Griffin from Detroit, but I like Drummond, man. But I don't know if that's something that we're gonna be able to pull off. But if it is, we're gonna be even tougher to beat. But we need some size inside that can stay on the floor to slide their feet, man. Gasol's a liability.
Yeah.
He's a liability, bro. If I'm playing ball, I'm coming at him. Where's he at? Where's his man? Come give me a screen because he's not gonna come out. Guys are coming off ball screens, but can go either direction.
What about going to get JaVale McGee again? I think letting go both of them, McGee and Dwight, you should have kept one.
But you know what? Of course, us Laker fans, we said the same thing. But what I think what happened with us is a lot of people didn't think Philly would offer Dwight that type of money.
Right.
Dwight went and chased that money, and he's like, okay, we'll remember Dwight when he was with us, he was on a pretty much a game-to-game contract.
Right.
Brown was like, bro, you can come play here, but if you're not doing right, you running the streets out here, we gotta let you go. But obviously, he stayed the course, won a championship, and now here come Philly throwing money at him. The Lakers didn't have anything to give him compared to what Philly gave. Right. Just like you guys would take the money too. You from Houston. Even if the Rockets offered you money, but if somebody offered you $10 million or more, you're gonna jump ship with your family, right?
I'm gone.
I'm gone. I'll be home in the summertime. So I mean, I think that's what it came down to, man. And JaVale, we knew we were gonna lose JaVale. So I think that's what happened with us. I'm not 100%, but if I had to take my best guess, I think that's what happened. But we got to figure out again. But for me, those bigs, they were active, man. That's what we needed. It took a lot of pressure off AD.
Right. An athletic big that can move his feet and block shots. Right.
Right.
Yeah. So, that's all y'all need.
And I think that's Drummond because he's a skilled big man like that.
Oh,
he
yeah.
Hand off, backdoor pass. You see what I'm saying? Be a threat.
I really like. I mean, not only is Drummond skilled as far as he can move his feet, protect the paint. Drummond can give you 17 points offensively.
Easily.
Easy.
7 offensive rebounds a night.
Right. Right. So I don't know, how hard that'll be to pull that one off. But yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely, in my opinion, the much better option. I mean, I think he's a way better option than Hassan Whiteside. Because I mean, and not that he's a bad option, because like you said earlier, Chris, all y'all need is somebody that can play defense, move their feet, block some shots, get some rebounds. You know what I'm saying? You don't need nobody.
Mark don't even get up and down the floor sometimes, bro.
Right.
2 or 3 possessions, bro. He ain't even cross half court.
He's not athletic enough. Yeah, he can't run. He more of a half court system slug. You know what I'm saying? He's not even a rim protector. So
no, he's not.
On top of that, that's the main thing y'all need. Somebody that can protect the paint. You know
outside of AD though.
Right, outside of AD.
He don't want to play.
AD's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Like I was telling LJ earlier, I think if I'm the Lakers, I don't even bring AD back, bro, till like right before the playoffs start, just to get him back in shape. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was saying, when the playoffs start, it's gonna be in a bubble. So like ain't no home court advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like what seeding doesn't matter. So I wouldn't even bring, and then long as Schroeder and LeBron play, they've been winning. Now when Schroeder was out and it was just LeBron, Lakers was having some trouble. But with Schroeder,
the ball handler. But go ahead. Sorry.
Right. But with Schroeder in the lineup and AD out, I think the Lakers are like 7-1, if I'm not mistaken. So with that said, man, AD, man, go sit the Achilles in some ice buckets. You know what I'm saying? Get some massages and some electro, whatever they do nowadays, and just chill for like a whole nother month or two. You know, a couple weeks before the playoffs start, get you back in shape. First round is probably going to be an easy first round. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to rush them back, let them get back in shape, and then by the second round, I think he should be rolling.
See, my thing is, I'm with you. I like Schroeder, man, but teams aren't gonna fear us without AD, man. They not
at all. But I think that's why you rest them. I think that's why you rest them. Because, like I said, even without AD and just Schroeder, I still don't see the Lakers finishing outside the top 3. Let's just say he doesn't play for the rest of the second half of the season. I still don't really see the Lakers finishing outside of the top 3. Definitely not outside of the top 4. And so
I agree with that. But we don't know what's going to happen with Denver. I think Denver's going to come back. I think Portland and those guys get back. They'll get better.
Yeah, we
I
just
don't
got to
think
talk
Denver.
about Portland.
I do think Portland is going to come back. I'm not high on Denver anymore.
Oh, really? Yeah, because they should have went with Jeremy Grant. I was like, bro, that's a mistake. But he chased.
I think that was a mistake. I think that was a mistake because now you depended too much on Michael Porter to be more than what he is at this moment. I don't know what he's going to be, eventually, but he's going to have to average 20 something a game to replace it.
Not even that much.
I think to replace what Jeremy Grant was. And who else they lost? They lost like 2 people off that.
They lost Torrey Craig and they lost Malik Beasley.
And who did they add?
They added
Jermichael Green.
Jermichael Green.
Jermichael Green.
Played with the Clippers last year.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think that's enough.
No, it's not. But remember, Jeremy Grant gave him some on offense and defense, though. People don't realize that.
And I don't think Jamal Murray is not playing like he was in the playoffs.
I agree.
He's not playing on that Jamal Murray level. Jokic is balling.
Yeah.
I think if they don't make a move by the trade deadline, Portland will pass them. And I don't think they will catch because McCollum is coming back.
Yeah. So is Nurkic, and so is Zach Collins.
And so I definitely Portland's gonna get a whole lot better here soon.
Yeah.
But I think Denver is what they are right now.
But do you think they can catch Lakers without AD on the floor? That's pretty much what it comes down to. You don't think they catch him?
No.
Okay.
Longest Schroeder plays, it'll be enough to keep them afloat.
Okay.
So that's why I think you rest AD.
Yeah, I agree. You have to rest him. I agree 1,000%.
You just want him healthy for the playoffs. Like the only thing the Lakers care about is winning a ring. Nothing else matters.
That's it.
So and with AD, without AD, they're not beating Brooklyn.
Oh no, heck no. We don't beat Brooklyn or Philly without AD, in my opinion. And it'll be one of those 2 teams come out of the East. We don't beat either of those 2 teams, man. Honestly.
Yeah. We talked about that earlier. We conceded that Philly and Brooklyn are the best teams in the East right now.
Oh, without question.
Yeah.
Without question.
Well, I think Brooklyn is far and away, honestly. I don't think Philly has a chance.
We have to see.
They got a chance.
You know what? They haven't. I don't think they've played yet this year.
Who's that?
Philly and Brooklyn. I don't think they played this year against each other.
I think they did earlier. I think they did earlier.
Okay, well look at it while we're talking. But we also was talking about Phoenix because they're a game above y'all, in the West. And if Phoenix keeps this number 2 seed or even jumps to the number 1, would you consider Chris Paul MVP candidate? If they're able to sustain what they're doing now.
Oh yeah, he's in the discussion for sure. He's getting a seat at the table, no doubt. He's getting a seat at the table, bro. He's got to.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
Because think about it. Any team CP has been on, bro, this team is going to the next level. Remember, the Warriors drafted him, got to the playoffs. Houston took him, got to the conference finals. Oklahoma City, damn near knocked off Houston last year with all that firepower. You see what he's doing with Phoenix. So he elevates. A lot of guys don't like playing with him, but he makes guys around him better. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Over and all, but he makes guys around him better. So
same thing I said. Yep. I agree. I think he has to be in the conversation. Like I said, I don't know if you give it to him, but if he's not at the damn table, it's a travesty.
If they hold on to this second seed and possibly 1, it's gonna be hard not to give it to him. Because he's gonna be the reason why.
Who's the MVP right now?
Embiid.
Yeah, I would say Joel.
Embiid.
Yeah, I would say Joel.
Okay. I can't argue that.
But see, for me, the reason why I think CP's argument will go out the window because they're looking at the teams that aren't healthy. So you have to factor all that in. So they're like, oh man, is Phoenix really going to surpass the Lakers if they had a healthy AD? A lot of people will probably say no.
Yeah.
What about a healthy Portland team? A lot of people will probably say no. You got guys in the Clippers in and out, so they're looking at guys. So many teams in the West are not healthy. Will Phoenix really be where they are if teams were healthy in the West? And that's just the argument. I don't get a vote, so I don't know. But I'm just saying I don't factor that in.
All right, hey, with what you just said, let me piggyback off that. What y'all think about a healthy Portland versus a healthy Phoenix team? in a 7-game series.
I think Portland wins today because Dame separates himself. I haven't seen Book in the playoffs. I know what Dame's gonna give me.
Yeah.
Right. I see that.
And McCollum is I'm not a big McCollum fan, but I think CP would have to match his scoring.
Yeah,
he would have to.
He would have to.
He would, but I don't think that's just not what he does anymore.
I think that's an interesting series.
It
I don't
would
know
be.
when. I like Portland. I think I do give the edge to Portland, but man, I think that's an interesting fucking series.
Because they've been there. All their even Carmelo coming off the bench. The guys have been there. Nobody on Phoenix outside of CP and Jay Crowder has really been there.
Yeah,
really
right. They have more to prove.
Yeah,
they definitely would. But like I said, I'm rooting for them, man. You know, I
like
Phoenix.
I think Phoenix can beat the Clippers, but I'm not high on the Clippers at all. So I might be biased.
We just said they need a true point guard. You know, I'm not trying to help them out, but they need a point guard that can initiate the offense. Patrick Beverly's not that guy. He's a defensive guy. They should have
just paid. They should have paid Rondo whatever he wanted.
They should have paid him whatever he wanted, and I'm glad they didn't. If Rondo was a Clipper uniform, I'd be like, damn.
They should have just paid Rondo. I don't know why they didn't pay Rondo. That was so stupid. I just would have paid Rondo.
And you know what? That's the and Ballmer and Lawrence Frank running the front office, man. That surprised me, man. Honestly,
because Ballmer got the money.
He got the paper.
Like,
he for sure got the paper out here.
And I heard him say like he don't care about going over the cap and all that shit. Like,
why should he?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why don't you go get? I don't know, because clearly they weren't going to go get CP. They probably couldn't afford with the contract. CP
no, it was making 40.
I think Atlanta gave Rondo like 14 mil, like 15. Go get Rondo. Give him 15 and a half or 16, whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? What's an extra million to a billionaire?
Nothing. they get their card detail for that.
Yeah. You go get that shit back, but you go get that shit back in revenue and championship win, merchandise, like all that shit for a championship. Like you go get that TV money, like that's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So after Denver, we got the bottom three. We got San Antonio, Dallas, and Golden State. Memphis is right there on the fringe, along with New Orleans. So out of those 4-5 teams, who do y'all think can improve to try to make a push to the playoffs?
You said who will improve?
Yeah, who do you think that can improve, make a move to make a push? Because San Antonio, Dallas, Golden State, Memphis.
I think Dallas will continue to get better. I think for some reason Mark Cuban will make a move, man, to get Luka some help.
Okay.
While trying to keep Porzingis, because I think he should keep Porzingis. I know Porzingis can't stay healthy, but he's got to get Luka some ball playmaking help, man. So I like Hardaway. I like the guys they have, but those guys they rely too much on this 20-year-old, bro. And he can hoop, but they rely too much because come playoff time, the guys are gonna be trying to beat him up again. And he don't have no back him.
Yeah,
Porzingis is a disappointment for me. Not in his talent. Not in his talent.
That's what I'm saying.
He can't stay healthy. And I'm a football player, man. The best ability is availability.
Right.
And if you're not available, I don't care how talented you are.
It won't matter.
And I actually like the two of them together as a 1-2 punch.
Exactly.
Especially Luka, dog. Like I'm really high on Luka Legend. Like as a 20-year-old, as a 19-year-old, he came into the league and did his thing. And they tried to come at him.
Of course. You see what the Clippers did?
Like they tried to come at this man, and this man balled as a 19-year-old, bro. I don't even understand how you do it because he's not the fastest. He's not the biggest. He kind of reminds me of like a better Chauncey Billups. Like he just controlled the game. His tempo of how he controls the game. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, Chauncey wasn't, even though Chauncey was the finals MVP.
Chauncey wasn't on his level. But
he wasn't doing it like that.
Yeah,
he
definitely wasn't on his level. I just mean how neither one of them are really fast.
Can't be sped up.
But the way they move, the way they control the pace of the game, you know what I'm saying? And they know when to switch gears to get past people and they can shoot. I don't know. that's the comparison I look at. But I agree with you. No, Chauncey was not on Luka's level at all. I definitely agree with you. I wasn't saying
it. Skill set, yeah, just my
yeah.
skill
I wasn't saying it like that. No. But I think out of that group though, I would say I think Golden State is the better team out of that group. I was gonna go with Dallas. It was one of those two teams for me, but with Porzingis not being able to stay healthy, I don't know what moves they're left to make. If they could get like a Drummond, in Dallas to go with Luka, that might not be a bad move. But if I'm Drummond, he doesn't control his fate. I'm trying to go to LA, and give me a ring. Give me a ring with the Lakers. I think Golden State, Wiseman had been out for a while. I know he's a rookie, but his presence in the paint, defensively and rebounding is huge for them. And I think when him, Draymond, and Looney and Steph play, Steph already got him in the AFC by itself, bro. And he been balling. I think they'll hold on to that. I don't. Who's the other team? Dallas. I don't see San Antonio making a run.
Memphis.
Memphis, I like them.
They second player can't stay healthy. I don't remember Jaren Jackson. I can't remember the last time I seen him on the floor, man. Honestly, I can't. Like I'm trying to think. When the last time I seen him on the floor, like 2 years ago, I think.
I don't know. I only heard about it. All I hear about is Morant and Valent. I can't ever say his damn name. Yeah, Valentunes. And I just like how he been balling for them. He doesn't. If you look at his, points and rebounds, it's like 13 and 10 or something like that. But for what he does for that team, I think that's like real solid. Kind of like Steven Adams, what Steven Adams does for when he was at OKC.
Speaking of New Orleans, do y'all think Lonzo Ball will be on the move? You think anybody fishing for Lonzo?
Nobody. I mean, or somebody fishing for him, or is New Orleans willing to give him up?
Like trade him.
Nah, well, New Orleans will trade him, but who wants him?
Yeah, who wants him?
I'm asking y'all. Do y'all see a fit anywhere for him?
No.
Nah. Unless the Clippers want him.
Nah, hell no.
I mean, is that an improvement over Patrick Beverly?
No. Because at the end of the day, man, if he, let's say, hypothetically, he was to be traded, but you understand the pressure that will come with him. He can handle the pressure for the Lakers, so he for sure not come here. Expectations for the Clippers are high right now. Clippers think
is there still pressure on him?
Yeah, if you're traded to a team that is expected to be playing for a championship and you become a starter, without question.
I think that pressure stays on Kawhi. I think all the pressure is on Kawhi in LA.
No, of course, all the pressure. I'm talking about for him personally. Like, people are going to look at him like, but we expect you to play better. You're on a championship caliber team. You're not in New Orleans where if you win a game on a Monday or Tuesday, we good. Now they expect to be playing the Lakers in the finals, Western Conference Finals.
Right.
Expectations for him personally are going to rise. Like, and if they're going to trade for him, that means he's going to be a starter. You're not going to trade for the guy to put him on the bench. So
right.
Expectations. I mean, I like Lonzo. I just don't think he's not that guy for the Clippers to be trading for. Anybody really be trading for like that.
He started with his brother.
Yeah, his brother's solid.
That's why I'm saying, like, is the pressure on him no more? Because I think his brother came in and just swooped all. It's all about Lonzo, not Lonzo, but it's all about LaMelo now. As far as balls go, it's not about Lonzo anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if I had a brother in the league who everybody was talking about, I'm like, man, I can play too now. That's just my mentality. Everybody not doing like that.
And I was a higher pick. I was the number 2 pick. You was number 3.
But his brother is out there balling.
Melo, he handling business.
Balling. I mean, he's just a better shooter. At the end of the day, it's because he's a better shooter.
I want to go see him live once we get back to Toyota Center and people can come.
But I don't think Lonzo's not a bad player, though, man. Lonzo's actually a good player. He plays good defense. He's a solid point guard. He likes to pass. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, the Clippers, I don't think he'll be a bad fit because – but I agree with you with the pressure of being on a championship team because, like you said, you're expected to play the Lakers in the conference finals. And you have to game, bro. You have to – right. So I do agree with that. But he doesn't have to – I think he fits with them because he just has to be a point guard there. And that's what he is. He doesn't have to score 20. We need you to come down, set up the offense, get Kawhi and Paul George the ball, play solid defense, make some good passes, occasionally knock down the open shot, which if you look at his numbers, his 3-point shot has actually improved. So I think fit-wise, he's solid, but I mean, if I'm the Clippers, like you say, I'm not gonna go out and, pay a lot of money or give up a whole lot. And really, they need a big man more than they need a point guard. I think anyway. So I do agree with that though, and I do agree with the pressure. But I think the problem with New Orleans is Stan Van Gundy. He running the wrong system with the guys he got. They need to be running.
You got they run. They just don't play. They don't play no defense. Nobody wants to keep their guy in front of them. I don't understand that. They have nobody wants to keep their man in front of them. So they have a whole bunch of young thoroughbreds. They want to play fast. They got Zion. They want to play fast. They don't want to keep their guys in front of them, bro. There's no communication. Nobody's in help. Nobody's in help defense. There's guys in no man's land. They just I said, bro.
Because on paper they got a good team.
They got a solid team. They got a
solid team on paper.
They shouldn't be 14-21, man.
Right. Yeah.
Or 15-21. They should be around where at least where Memphis is at 16-16 or Golden State, like somewhere around that line. But because they've been rather healthy. Like Zion's been playing, Alonzo, Brandon Ingram, Steven Adams, they've been healthy. So they can't use that as an excuse. So
I
agree with everything you said.
To break it down, wrap it up in a nutshell. If you had to pick the finals right now, Chris, who will be your finals matchup right now?
Right as we speak, right now.
Right now.
Everybody's healthy?
Yes, everybody healthy.
Oh, everybody's healthy. Everybody's healthy. I got the Lakers in Brooklyn, man.
Lakers in Brooklyn.
If everybody is healthy. What's that?
No, I was talking to Marley.
Well, go ahead, Mark.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Lakers in Brooklyn. I got Brooklyn in 6.
Yeah, because they got too many guys. We can't stay in front of all of them.
It's just too much. It's too much firepower.
See, and their firepower can all get their own shot, man. That's what people don't realize. Like, you can have 2 or 3 guys that can give you 20 a game, but a lot of guys need to be set up. These guys can go get their own shot at any time, man.
Right.
That's tough. And Bron can't play.
He can't hold everybody.
It's just like Golden State when KD was there. Steph and Clay.
No, a whole different. No. That was a whole different animal right there. That they had a solid foundation. Brooklyn, they just gonna go out there and roll the ball and they gonna hoop. If they give up 125, they score 140. They're okay with that.
Right. Brooklyn like the street team with all the best players. Like you go out, you know how you go out on the court and it's like normally you pick back and forth, but Brooklyn got to pick like 3 times first. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got 3 players averaging 25 points or more. I mean, it's the same.
It's like Brooklyn, like the team that come to the court already together.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That they can hoop. They dress the part and everything.
Yeah. They coming from another city, jumping off the bus from another city, coming to the court.
Yep. And Golden State had a foundation.
Yeah, I get you're right. Especially before KD got there. You see what I'm saying? They already had that in place. I get you. You got a good
Draymond on defense, communicating. They were on the string, guys helping off of each other, moving their feet. They had guys, Andre Iguodala, Sean Livingston. They had solid guys like that. Brooklyn is just we got these 3 guys. Everybody else better make shots.
Right. And then you throw Joe Harris, and you put Joe Harris in the mix. I think Joe Harris is so key.
I like Joe.
Because, if you try to double off any one of those guys, bro, Joe Harris is a knockdown shooter.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? He only averaging 14 just because he's not getting enough. He's probably not getting enough shots. If he got more touches, he'll probably average closer to 17, 18. You know what I'm saying?
He gonna get. They gonna get.
I can't disagree with y'all. I rather Philly than Brooklyn. But if it's Brooklyn, it's Brooklyn.
But for me, I don't want to see Ben Simmons out there, bro, with those guys, man. He's not going to be.
We understand how you feel about this.
I didn't know you felt this bad. I didn't know you felt this way about Ben Simmons, bro.
Because he should be better, bro. You should be better. The ball's in your hands 85%, 90% of the time, bro. You still can't you're still not a threat offensively. There's no way I want to see that, man.
He's an all-NBA defensive player. He don't need to be offense.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Yeah, I respect that. Who he gonna stop on Brooklyn out of those 3 guys you just named?
He gonna stop Kyrie.
Okay.
No. What's stop? What does stop mean?
Right. In front of him. I'm gonna keep you in front of me, but you might hit this jump shot on me though.
What does Kyrie average? Like 20 what?
He averaged 27.
27. So if Ben Simmons is holding him for 7 games, what he average?
25. I don't know. Take 2 points.
So 2 points difference. Is that stopping?
Nah, man. and then on top of that, not giving you nothing offensively. Because he's the person. He's the person taking a ball.
He gonna give you like 8 assists though.
Yeah, he gonna get you 8.
That's not the problem. You got to be able to score points.
He gets about 14, 15 points.
You got to be able to score points against Brooklyn, man. Your primary playmaker. Because think about who else has Philly got to put the ball on the ground? Tobias don't put the ball on the ground. Seth and Dan Green don't put the ball on the ground. Who gonna put the ball on the ground and make plays? And B needs to be fed.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why
I'm not disagreeing with you.
They're going after Kyle Lowry from what I hear. I like Kyle Lowry. He's a little
That'd
older.
be a good move.
That would be.
Clippers want him too, so they gonna be in the bid. Both those teams are in the bid for Kyle, from what I know.
Miami want him too.
No,
from what I know,
he all right. I say,
but I do like Kyle Lowry to Philly though.
He's from Philly.
Yeah,
I do like that.
Good fit.
I didn't know he's from Philly, but that's almost a perfect fit.
Yeah.
But
before we get out of here, Marley, let's play a little game before we get out of here. We only got 2 games tomorrow. We're gonna go real fast. Pick the lines for me, Marley. Washington Wizards at the Memphis Grizzlies.
Washington at Memphis. Washington at Memphis. Memphis minus 2.5.
Ooh, 3. You was close. 3 points.
Damn, that's good, dog.
Next game.
Spurs. I got a question real quick. So when you say minus, I mean that's the team expected to win, right?
Yeah, that's the favorite.
Okay, I figured that. Okay.
Minus 3. Okay. San Antonio at Dallas. Guess the line.
Dallas minus. Oh, that's the tough line. Dallas minus. I'm gonna say that's
San Antonio's playing better basketball right now.
Think so?
They're playing better basketball.
Dallas still the favorite though.
They're
at home. They're at home, and they're going to be the overall favorite anyway. Vegas is going to say Dallas is the better team with them being at home. I'm gonna say like a 4.
Ooh, 4.5.
God damn, boy.
Hey, you good though, man. That's why I like playing this game with you. You good,
boy. I'll be right down there, right on it, boy.
You be right on it,
my man.
All right, man. We're an hour and a half in, bro. Is there anything else y'all want to say before we get out of here?
Concern? Good, man. Check us out tomorrow, man. We got a big college show.
Okay, brother.
Hey, we'll do let's do hockey.
Okay. Yeah, I'll hit you up with a text, let you know. You see what I'm saying? What time we'll make it home and everything else. But Chris, anything else you want to get off your chest before we get out of here, man?
Man, first of all, I enjoy talking hoops with y'all, man. Mars family now, man. LJ, I've been messing with you for a couple years. Mars family, I like messing with you.
Sure.
2 Texas cats, man. You guys know what you're talking about. But for me, it's about this home stretch, man. It comes down to these guys are gonna compete. Who wants it more, man?
Yes, sir.
And what front office is gonna put these guys in the best position to be successful, man? Because it's the home stretch. It's about chips, man.
Yeah,
it's about
Yes, sir.
So the next couple of days before the trade deadline, we're gonna jump back on before that. But I think the deadline's the 24th, like in 2 weeks.
No, I think the deadline's the 22nd. Let me see.
Okay, well,
one of those 2 days, somewhere around there.
One of those 2 days. So we definitely gonna jump out before that, but we're gonna be looking for Andre Drummond, JaVale McGee. I heard Larry Jr. Kyle Lowry. Who else we got out there?
There's someone on the East. I'm forgetting. On the East. I can't think right now. I know Blake went to Brooklyn. So
because like I said, Drummond's gonna be
Vucevic.
Yeah, Vucevic. I heard Miami's trying to get Vucevic. So
and I heard maybe Kimba. Maybe Kimba.
Kimba?
Maybe.
To Miami?
No. Just on the trade.
On the move. Okay.
Because Boston feels like they got too many balls, like with Tatum and Brown taking his game. There's no space
I can see Kimba in Philly.
Maybe. But Doc wants a guy that can play defense. Kimba's not gonna give him anything defensively.
That's true. But you got Ben. Put Ben. You got Ben.
But honestly, Ben, to be 100%, Ben would fit nice in Boston, bro. Because those two wings are gonna run. He don't need no shots. He gonna get Tatum and Brown the rock quickly. So if you swap those two guys, maybe. But I just think Kimba's a good fit in Philly. What's the name's a better fit in Boston? That's just my opinion. But we could talk about that.
I keep Ben if I'm in Philly.
I do too. I like it.
Trying to find a way to pair him with the point because you can move him to like the 3 or something like that. If you get a point guard that can score.
Yeah,
I agree. But we'll jump back on this week. Let's shoot for probably Friday night. You know, that's Thursday. We can talk about the games that happen Thursday, and and Friday preview the games that's coming on Friday. So
okay.
My man. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't do Friday.
Yeah,
I have a prior engagement. Just
that's all right, man. So, hey, let's keep it active on the text, man. I'll be seeing you guys.
We'll make it work, man.
We'll figure it out. We'll make it up.
But until then, appreciate you, Chris, coming on with me. Marley Betts. Check out Brothers and Betts tomorrow. They're gonna make their college plays. Me and Marley make some hockey plays after that. So make sure y'all subscribe.
Hey man, we gonna get.
I respect.
We gonna get you involved. Hey, we gonna get you involved, man. One of these days. Hey, but like I told LJ before he started, if you do start to partake in this, gambling journey with us, it can get addictive.
I believe it. I believe it.
But the thing is, like any addiction, you know what I'm saying? As long as you can control your addiction,
you
do.
You're good.
As long as you don't let the addiction, the trick is don't let the addiction control you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to paying bills, you can't be gambling with your bill money. You know what I'm saying?
You can't, bro. I got you.
Know what I'm saying?
I can't be now.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Set a little something to the side and gamble within your budget, and you good.
Yeah.
Hey, with that being said, peace, brothers. We holler back later on this week.
That's
all right.
RaWordz podcast.
My Texas cats stay up. Okay.
All right, man.
All right.
This H-Town for real. This H-Town for real.